So basically, if you get this, you're gonna need nothing else. Hey guys, how's it going? Justin here from Waltz, and today we're taking a look at the Sonos Arc, which is a 5.2 channel soundbar from Sonos, and I know this review is long overdue, but we do have a lot to talk about, so we're going to break the video into 4 parts: features, audio, my personal thoughts, and of course, a sound test. So without further ado, let's jump right into the features. Now, the Sonos Arc is meant to be a plug-and-play speaker. That being said, you must download the Sonos app and connect it through the Sonos ecosystem to get its full use, especially if you're going to be using this for music. And don't be intimidated that you have to download the app, because it is very easy to set it up through the app. It walks you through the process. It couldn't really be any easier, to be honest, especially working with consumer electronics. They made it pretty simple, and they have all the guides down in, the little links if you can't figure it out on your own. But aside from that, let's talk connections, because that's going to be something that is important when picking out your soundbar. And there's something distinct about the Arc that I must mention with connections. It comes with your simple Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connections, but more importantly, it has no optical port. It does have an HDMI ARC, and that's what it's intended to run off of, but no optical. So if you have an optical TV and it doesn't have HDMI ARC, it might be a problem. Also, might I add, you should probably look to upgrade your TV as well if you're looking at an Arc, but you have an ancient TV. And it's going to be smart home compatible, so if you have Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa, it's all going to work fine with that. You can connect it through Wi-Fi and add it to your Sonos system, but I do recommend using the Ethernet port if possible. Now, the soundbar does not have a physical remote, but that's because it's intended to be used as your phone controlling the soundbar through the app. That's really your remote for the soundbar. And now if you're using a TV with the TV remote, obviously you're not going to need a specific remote, but if you want to go in and adjust all the settings, you do all that inside the app. And the design of the speaker is really nice. It's pretty simple. It's round. It's almost like a Beats pill, but if it got expanded, 3 feet on each end. So it's fairly large, but I think it looks cool. Now, it's not going to come with a wall mount. However, you will have mounting screws on the back, and if you buy the Sonos specific wall mounting kit, you can mount it on the wall, but personally, I recommend mounting it under your TV if you're hanging it on the wall. If you're not hanging it on the wall, you can put it on your entertainment center. Should be totally fine as long as your TV height isn't too low. And as far as dimensions, the Arc has a height of 3.4 inches, width of 45 inches, and a depth of 4.5 inches. If you're going to mount it on the wall, make sure to keep that in mind. Measure twice, cut once is the saying for that. Now, another feature I thought I'd point out is that the IR on the soundbar itself, separate IR, actually can control your TV. So if for some reason you're on one corner of the room where it doesn't reach your TV's IR sensor, it actually will take the signal through the Arc bar and then give it to your TV, so you could still get the command off, which I thought was pretty cool because not many soundbars can do that. And as many of you know, the Sonos system is supposed to be a build and add-on type of system, and to do that, it's not going to come with a subwoofer. You have to buy that separately, because you could get a different subwoofer now that they have the Sub and the Sub Mini, depending on what room you're in. And you have all the different soundbars. If you're in a smaller room or a larger room where the Arc would be more, appropriate, it's just really up to you, and that's why they're not sold together. And since we're talking audio, let's jump into the next part. Now, the Arc is a 5.2 channel soundbar. If you remember what we said earlier, essentially what that's going to mean is you're going to have 5 audience-facing speakers and 2 height speakers. And what those height speakers are going to do is bounce that Atmos audio over your head to create that surround experience. If you want to get more in depth and you have the room, have the budget for it, you can actually add the Era 300s or the Era 100s to help boost that extra surround sound. I find that, if you have a pretty normal ceiling, it works pretty good on its own, but it's always nice to have those dedicated rears in the back, which if we have a video on the Era 300s, I'll leave that linked right here. Oh, and if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Now, another important feature that I think we should probably talk about is audio related, and it's going to be Trueplay, which takes your iPhones only, unfortunately, I don't have support for Android at this time, but it takes your iPhone and you basically have to walk around the room and it'll bounce the audio off the walls, and it's surround sound, calibration is kind of what is happening here, and it's really cool. I actually got the chance to see this in action with some Era 300s in one of our customers' homes. He lived in a skyrise apartment, and it just sounded kind of cool how it was all calibrating. I'll put a clip in there of that right now. So yeah, it actually goes through a few steps of that just to make sure that it's bouncing the audio off the walls in the right directions based on your setup. If you have vaulted ceilings versus non-vaulted ceilings, if they're 10 feet versus 15 feet, it does a really good job of calibrating, and it's a must if you're going to be using this soundbar for your TV. So yeah, I mean, the Arc is capable of doing that Dolby Atmos sound, especially if you're streaming from Netflix and you have something that, has a lot of surround sound in it. You're definitely going to hear it when it comes to, punchiness and directness. The angles I find are pretty accurate. Even on the play bar, they were good. So jumping up to the, the Arc, the new big soundbar, they've done an even better job. Now, are you still debating whether or not you need a soundbar in your system? And, if you're debating and that's a question that you might have, I'll answer that for you. It's yes. Reason being is that because most TV speakers just don't sound that good, and that's not because they're, built with bad quality, but they've just gotten so large, so thin that they've kind of forgotten about sound. And in order to make them thin, you can't really have big speakers on the back of your TVs like you used to. So now that's kind of where the soundbar comes in, is without getting into a full dedicated, wired surround sound system, the soundbar is able to, help produce that sound that you otherwise wouldn't be able to without that system. And also, we can't forget that this is a plug and play solution. It's one cord, one HDMI ARC cord, and you're done. But maybe you don't believe me, so I'm gonna play this clip of high quality video with low quality audio, and then low quality video with high quality audio, and you tell me which one is more tolerable.
So this is an example of amazing video quality with terrible audio quality. Let's switch and see what sounds better.
Now our video quality has decreased, but our audio quality has gone through the roof. Major improvements. What do you guys think? So yeah, I mean, something you wouldn't think about, but you don't want your awesome TV to have underwhelming audio, as it is 50%, if not more, of that experience. Also, if you're going to be watching something, usually you're only going to watch it that one time. So why wouldn't you want to watch it in the best possible experience that you possibly can create? So what are some of my personal thoughts on the Arc? Well, first off, I really like the design. I think they did a great job making it look sleek, and they already have it mount ready to, pretty much be on the wall or under your TV at any time. So it's definitely more popular to be hung, and I think it looks great hung on the wall, as you can see with this customer's house in that skyrise. It's also super easy to just plug and play and listen to whatever you got to do, and calibrate. It's not really that difficult either. And something else that's not really specific to the Arc, but that I really appreciate, is the Sonos integration and being able to add those speakers whenever you want, or a subwoofer if that's something you're interested in. You can just kind of go as you please, and there's no rush. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you're looking to pick one of these up, make sure you check all the links down in the description. And if you're here in the Phoenix Metro Valley, come down to our retail store in Tempe and check it out for yourself. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested in, make sure to email me at youtube@waltz so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.